Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners: Best Cord Cutting TV, Bravo's Restaurant Bar, El Rey Lounge de Versalles, Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, Oculto, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live here on Facebook. Today is Tuesday, October 22nd, and it's a pleasure to be here with you today. Of course, today is a special day. Yesterday afternoon, I was editing my Guadalajara walk from this past Sunday, and I was enjoying the way it was shaping up, and of course, I wanted to share it with you, but I asked myself, well, I know I'm crazy about Guadalajara, but what do I know? Maybe people in the broadcast are not as crazy about Guadalajara as I am. So, of course, we did a little survey to find out whether you would want to see the walk to Guadalajara during the broadcast or not. And I think the results speak for themselves. I never want to take for granted that you enjoy or are curious about places beyond Puerto Vallarta, but I'm delighted to see that many of you are. So today we are going to do precisely that. But first, as always, we're going to have a few items that are important to share, some news. And if you have any questions about anything in general or Guadalajara in particular, it'll help a great deal if at the end of the broadcast you add a capital letter Q. If you have an important question, I'll be happy to address them. And if you're watching live for the first time and you want to find out what this is like, all you have to do is write the letter N, capital letter N for new, and we'll give you a nice little welcome as soon as we get to the comments section. So let's take a look at a couple of news items that I did find this morning. The first one being that the city of Puerto Vallarta has announced its Day of the Dead festival, and it is titled Recuérdame, or Remember Me. If I recall correctly, there was a song in the movie Coco called Remember Me. The festival will take place from October 31st to November 3rd in different spots throughout the city. The specific event calendar for the festival has not been announced yet, but you can certainly expect a massive Day of the Dead parade on November 2nd as usual. In other news, the 68th edition of the International Marlin and Tuna Fishing Tournament was announced in a press conference. It will take place from November 13th to the 16th, and it features cash prizes that would make me want to become a fisherman, I suppose. 500,000 pesos, 500,000 pesos for the first prize in the Marlin category, and 100,000 pesos for the first prize in the Tuna category. And then this news item made me laugh a little bit because the state of Jalisco is praising its public transportation system for being the only one in the country that offers an integral payment system featuring a bus card that can be used in the Guadalajara metropolitan area, along with Ciudad Guzmán, Lagos de Moreno, Tepatitlan, and of course, Puerto Vallarta. And why did this make me laugh a little bit? Well, you know, it is convenient to be able to use the same bus card in all these cities, but as you know, I just came back from Guadalajara with bus cards for half a dozen of you because you cannot find these bus cards anywhere in Puerto Vallarta, or at least not yet. I am happy to do it every time I go to Guadalajara, as the cards are readily available on any subway terminal. So next time I go to Guadalajara, if other people want bus cards, I will make an announcement as well. And for those of you that sent me a note asking for your bus cards, as I announced yesterday, I'll be holding on to these, and I'll keep them with me whenever I go to the joint, either to do one of the Spotlight live and in-person broadcasts, or when I'm doing my music appreciation presentations. Last but not least, the latest tropical storm to develop in the Pacific Ocean is Kristy, but it presents no threat to Puerto Vallarta as it is heading out to sea. I just wanted to let you know so you know that I'm keeping track of these things.
Join us as we honor the extraordinary life and musical achievements of Carole King, one of the most influential songwriters and performers of our time. From her early work in the Brill Building, where she penned hit songs for some of the biggest stars, to her solo career that produced a timeless album Tapestry, we will explore the milestones that have shaped her remarkable journey. Discover the soulful threads that weave through her songs, her activism, and her enduring influence on music today. Relax in air-conditioned comfort as we celebrate the genius of Carole King, an artist whose tapestry continues to inspire generations. As always, the meeting is at the Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork on Thursday, October 24 at 5 p.m. See you there, and thanks for sharing.
And of course, I'm getting really excited about Carole King. I've been getting a lot of email about her. First of all, I corrected the time. For some reason, I was not paying attention, I suppose, and I had scheduled Carole King at noon on Thursday, but it'll happen on Thursday at 5, as it always does. Tickets are selling. I am very excited, and I so much appreciate your support. And now the weather. Oh, that's funny. I thought felons couldn't get jobs working at McDonald's. I'm not even going to touch that. It is 30 degrees right now. Humidity is at 74%, and our weather forecast for today says that we're going to have mostly cloudy skies in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 46%, a high of 33, and a low of 24. Tomorrow, Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies in the morning with rain in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 43%, a high of 32, and a low of 23. And then Thursday, on Carole King Day, we're going to have mostly clear skies in the morning with mostly cloudy skies in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 34%, a high of 32, and a low of 23. Yay, I am loving this. And now, what else is next? Oh, this is yummy. I may have a special deal there is a special deal that I want to share with you. If you are craving a slice of Day of the Dead bread, Café Rio at the Joint Boutique Hotel has you covered with a 99 peso special that includes a cup of coffee or hot chocolate and a personal-sized Day of the Dead bread. Yummy. I am most certainly partaking. And in fact, I got in touch with my friend Alexis that runs events at the joint. And I said to him, Alexis, what would it look like if you would keep the cafe open a little later this coming Tuesday when I do my Day of the Dead presentation? I figured, people can get there like at 4:30, grab, or a little before 5, and grab their special Day of the Dead bread and a cup of coffee and enjoy them during the presentation. And he'll get back to me. So if this happens, I'll let you know. In the meantime, of course, I would love it if you would join us for my Day of the Dead presentation this coming Tuesday, where we are going to unpack everything you would want to know about Day of the Dead, why we celebrate it, what it consists of, and so forth and so on. So I'll keep you posted on that. And now, Guadalajara. I want to set this up by saying I have a love-hate relationship with my responsibilities with coffee and headlines when I travel. I am guilty as charged, because I always say I'm going to go away. I got to take care of the cluster, and I got to do this and that and the other. And then I find myself being away, and I say to myself, fuck that. I'm on vacation. Paco, enjoy yourself. But I always do that with a little bit of guilt. Long story short, I never, in the 4 years that we've been doing this, and I've been like trying to sneak out of the city every now and then, I never did a walking tour for Coffee and Headlines, a proper walking tour for Coffee and Headlines in Guadalajara until this Sunday. I couldn't resist it. It was a Sunday morning. The weather was divine. It was not cold. It was cool. It was fresh, like a fresh Sunday morning. The air felt clean, and there's no humidity in the air. We were even joking about the fact that, you can go to Guadalajara and you can wear the same clothes the following day because it's not humid, so you're not sweating unless you're doing, something that'll make you schwitz. So it is a Sunday morning, and walking with you and for you was simply irresistible. Take a look.
Join me as I stroll through Guadalajara's historic downtown area, staying close to the magnificent Degollado Theater, where I'll be enjoying a Sunday matinee performance of the Jalisco Philharmonic with friends. The vibrant atmosphere and stunning architecture make for a perfect day out. Today we are walking along the Paseo Hospicio, a walkway that goes from the Guadalajara Cathedral all the way to the Cabañas Museum.
And it's funny because every single time there's something different going on in these public places, so it's never boring.
On this stunning Sunday morning, a young man strolls near the Guadalajara Cathedral, confidently walking 4 large Malamute Huskies. The cool air and peaceful surroundings add to the charm of this iconic setting.
I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back.
The cathedral's iconic cupola rises above the trees, adorned with its striking geometric pattern of yellow and white tiles, a hallmark of Guadalajara's historic skyline.
There it is, the theater.
Directly behind the cathedral, the illustrious Degollado Theater stands ready, awaiting us for the Sunday matinee performance we'll soon enjoy. Its grandeur adds to the anticipation of the day ahead. A time-honored tradition in Guadalajara, shoe shiners can be seen setting up their booths along the Plaza de la Liberación, or Liberation Plaza. Their presence adds a timeless charm to the bustling square.
Buenos días. Oh, totally, Sherry. Again, there's something different going on every time of the year.
This is Maestranza Street, home to the Frances Hotel, a popular choice for visitors exploring the area. On the corner, El Arte Restaurant Cafe offers the perfect spot for a quick bite and some delightful people watching.
Love that place.
Further down the street, we spot two traditional calandrias, or horse-drawn chariots, waiting to take passengers on a charming tour of the downtown area, a classic way to explore Guadalajara's historic streets.
And I keep reading that the city of Guadalajara wants to get rid of them because of ecological reasons. And, it's one of those traditions that never seems to want to go away. People love those calandrias. They want to make them electrical. That's what I keep reading.
Here's a closer look at the majestic Degollado Theater. Built between 1856 and 1866, this neoclassical gem is home to the renowned Jalisco Philharmonic Orchestra, standing as a cultural centerpiece in Guadalajara. Public art is everywhere in Guadalajara, including this stunning tiled mural gracing the exterior of the former San Agustin cloister, a beautiful reminder of the city's rich history and artistic heritage.
And I suspect that the University of Guadalajara has its School of Music in that building, because when I was in that area, I kept hearing people rehearsing or singing and whatnot. So I wouldn't be surprised if the university's School of Music is housed in that building.
Here we have Jalisco's Supreme Court building, where important decisions are made, or perhaps not, depending on who you ask. It stands tall as a symbol of governance in the heart of the city.
Ooh, and if you watched the broadcast today from the beginning, we're about to see a water fountain that I feature as an introduction to the broadcast several times, or frequently, I suppose. But this time around, we were met with a surprise. And here it comes. Not that dude. And then it is, but oh no! It was turned off.
Behind the theater, a large fountain features a striking sculpture by Rafael Samarripa, depicting the foundation of Guadalajara on February 14, 1542. Unfortunately, it was undergoing maintenance during our visit, so we couldn't appreciate it in all its glory. Looking back at our route, we see many others enjoying their own morning walks, soaking in the beauty of Guadalajara's historic downtown area on this lovely Sunday.
And thank God for the zoom lens built into my camera. Here comes the word of the day. Ready?
The Spanish word chacharear perfectly describes the act of searching for chacharas, or trinkets and treasures, and that's exactly what we're going to do along Paseo Hospicio, a delightful car-free pedestrian road.
Mind you, I walked this same street the day before. It was Saturday and it was quincena or payday. And trust me, when all these stores are open, the amount of people walking up and down is just amazing. But for a Sunday morning stroll, this is absolutely perfect. And yes, Samarripa is very well represented at Galeria Dante, Albert. Thank you for that connection.
This water fountain, humorously known as the Fountain of the Pissing Children, gets its name for obvious reasons. It is a playful addition to the area that often brings smiles to those passing by. Next to the fountain is the Panam shoe store, where I was hoping to find my Dr. Simi sneakers. Unfortunately, it wasn't open yet, leaving me with a little anticipation for another visit.
Oh well. Mark asks, are some of those streets closed for traffic on Sundays? Some walkways, such as this one, is closed to vehicular traffic every single day of the week. And there are other streets that do close specifically on Sundays. But this walkway, you can enjoy it any day of the week.
There are so many chacharas to choose from, including traditional hats that are much less expensive here than in Puerto Vallarta. It's a treasure trove for those looking to take home a piece of local culture.
And now you know where I was shopping for my new hat. Oh, we had a great breakfast on that restaurant on the right, by the way.
And of course, with Jalisco being the birthplace of the charro, you'll find numerous stores selling booths and other traditional apparel for both men and women. It's a great opportunity to embrace the region's rich equestrian heritage.
This is true. And talk about a place where I would love to go ride a bicycle. It is fun.
Did I mention those hats were inexpensive? The price difference between Guadalajara and Puerto Vallarta never ceases to amaze me, making this city a shopper's paradise for traditional goods.
See that building on the very back? That's our destination.
The gorgeous craftsmanship in these charro booths is truly impressive, but I'm not sure I'd want to navigate Puerto Vallarta's cobblestone streets in a pair. They're better suited for special occasions than everyday strolls.
Spencer's asking about the length of the street. Well, you will find that this is about a 22-minute long walking tour, and I'm not walking very fast. So
in the
if you were to
distance,
ask
we
me,
begin to appreciate the Cabañas Museum, a former hospice that stands as one of the oldest and largest orphanage and hospital complexes in the Americas. Its historic significance adds to the charm of our walk.
so back to Spencer's question, it takes about 22 to 25 minutes to walk this at a leisurely pace. That should tell you just about how long it is.
This large water fountain and sculpture installation is situated in what is known as Plaza Tapatia, a vibrant public space that showcases the artistic spirit of Guadalajara.
Feeling
Here
hungry,
you'll
Albert?
find the Magno Centro Joyero, a multi-story shopping mall dedicated exclusively to fine jewelry. It's a glittering haven for those seeking exquisite pieces to cherish.
I've mentioned Guadalajara's Festival of Light before. It happens in the wintertime, and it is this walkway that gets completely transformed with LED lights and other kinds of interesting laser light installations. And you walk it at night, and it is a trip. It is absolutely fun. Lots of water fountains. That's something else that you find everywhere in Guadalajara.
Guadalajara's numerous water fountains serve not only as decorative icons, but also as helpful reference points for people to meet and connect in the bustling city. Of course, the water fountains are a favorite among children, who delight in splashing around and playing in the cool mist, adding to the lively atmosphere of the city. One of the side streets offers a glimpse of Mercado Libertad 1 block away, better known as Mercado de San Juan de Dios, the largest indoor market in all of Latin America. It's a bustling hub of culture and commerce teeming with life.
And even though we didn't do it this time, if you want to be overwhelmed, you want to stop at the San Juan de Dios market at some point. It is just huge. The murals in this building are just amazing, and the amount of cultural activity that goes on there is incredible.
Flanking the Cabañas Museum are two sets of stunning sculpture installations. This particular one, titled The Universal Magi, was created by Alejandro Colunga, adding a touch of artistic brilliance to the area.
Look familiar? We have those on the Malecón.
On the opposite side stands the Hall of the Magi, also crafted by Alejandro Colunga, who is well known for his contributions to Puerto Vallarta's scenic Malecón. His work continues to inspire and captivate audiences across the region. Now it's time to head back to Teatro Degollado to enjoy our matinee performance with the Jalisco Philharmonic. As always, I thank you for joining me on this journey and for supporting my work by sharing it with others. I look forward to our next walk together.
Okay, so that was Guadalajara. Oh my God, looking at that makes me want to go back immediately. I just love this city. Now, let's take a look at your comments for this morning. Boom, boom, boom. Lots of good mornings, which I appreciate, and a couple of good afternoons. Thank you so very much. Even a woohoo. Thank you, Albert. Yay. Good mornings and a woohoo. Mm. Buenos dias. Who invited this humid, heavy air to the cookout today? And can somebody please kindly escort her back out the door? Oh, we can start counting days, Logan, and start placing bets for when the weather is supposed to turn. I mean, we're approaching the end of the month. It should happen any day now. It should happen any day. Let's see. Oh, thank you for all you do, says Christopher. Enjoyed your man on the move. Speaking of muffin, walking tours this past weekend. Yay. Another thanks. Thank you very much, Laura, for all the news, she says, and weather information. Your information is greatly appreciated. Can't wait to arrive on Sunday. Oh my goodness. It's been a while since you started watching, and now you're almost here. I love it. Boom, boom. I hope you enjoyed it, Sherry. I know that you've seen some of these places, and of course this walking tour will be available on its own on YouTube as soon as I upload it. And of course, I also have a bunch of photographs that ended up being cut out from the walking tour. I will have those as a special treat in a few days. Boom, 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 boom. You know, I have to come back to this comment from Sherry. Guadalajara is amazing because there's always something going on and there's always something different to look at. So even when you're walking the same areas over and over again, there's always something unexpected that the city has installed. And that's, I just love that about going to Guadalajara. Let's see what else. And I saw this pop in from Sherry when we were looking at the corner that was at the cafe at the corner of Maestranza Street. Yes, it always has a line. It is just a great place to sit down and people watch. And I also want to touch base on this one again, Mark. You know, I mean, a lot of the streets were vehicular streets, but Guadalajara has tried very much in the last few decades to become pedestrian friendly. So a lot of streets in the downtown area are no longer for vehicles and they're just used for people walking around, which makes the downtown area of the city fun, manageable, depending on the day and depending on the time of day. It can be a little overwhelming to be surrounded by so many people, but that is common on any large urban city. Let's see what else. Comments about Volaris. Spencer says, thanks for the tour. I'm looking forward to visiting Guadalajara sometime during my winter stay in Puerto Vallarta. You know, you've heard me say this over and over. I cannot recommend it enough for anyone that is enamored with Puerto Vallarta. You know, a trip to the capital city gives you a glimpse of other facets of Mexico that you would never or are not as easy to experience here in Puerto Vallarta. So I highly recommend it. Let's see what else. Many thank yous so much, you all. Guadalajara is so clean. Yes and no. I mean, like many urban cities, Guadalajara has problems with garbage. In fact, I forget the exact news item, but you know, Guadalajara just canceled contract to clean the city that had been with the same company for over 3 decades because it was not working out. So they're switching, or they have just switched to another company. So yes, the downtown, the tourist areas in Guadalajara are always impeccable when it comes to trash. Do you see homeless people? Yeah. Do you see beggars? Yes. But in general, you're correct. It is such a clean city. Yes, Kristy, we had such fun in Guadalajara, didn't we? Ba-dum-bum-bum. Oh, and I need to acknowledge this. I did see a comment from Brian and Chris earlier on. Chris, I am so happy to learn that you're leaving the hospital. Continue to heal, my friend, and I look forward to seeing you back in Guadalajara. Yay. How long does it take to get to Guadalajara from Puerto Vallarta? By car, it's like, and depending on traffic, it can be anything between 3.5 hours to 4.5 hours, or sometimes more. Again, there can be a lot of traffic leaving Puerto Vallarta. There can be a lot of traffic when you arrive into the Guadalajara metropolitan area. I understand that the flight is less than 30 minutes, but of course, with all the airport ritual and getting from your home to the airport, and then from the airport to your hotel or wherever you're going, the flight ordeal turns out to be about the same amount of time. So I highly recommend taking the bus to Guadalajara. It's 4 hours. It's comfortable, it's scenic, it's beautiful, and it gives you a sense of what Jalisco's agave region looks like. So that would be my only 2 cents as far as that is concerned. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I think we're done. Yes, we are done with all your comments. So as always, I thank you so much. Because all of this is possible thanks to you. And I never tire of mentioning that. If you find this content inspiring, helpful, or otherwise amusing, your contributions to Coffee and Headlines go a great length to keep us producing content. And of course, when you mention us, when you click like, when you subscribe, when you forward, it's exactly what we appreciate to keep on making more content for you to enjoy. And now it's time for me to continue working on Carole King, which will be on Thursday. Between now and then, I look forward to seeing you. And of course, tomorrow is the spotlight. Have a great day, and thank you for walking with me.